Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight, where we finally get to talk about Obi-Wan finale. Before that, though, we got a few things we want to kind of talk about that happened this week. Just some stuff that we kind of have to catch up on. But thanks for the reminder, Ace, that right after it's a very abrupt ending
No
for that
problem, bro.
intro music
I got
that you play. But anyways, with me today, as always, is my buddy Ace.
What's up,
bro?
everybody?
What you been up to, buddy?
Oh, went to Vermont last weekend, so that was fun. And then just work and more work and more work. So yeah, adulting.
Yeah,
and watching
some of your
Obi-Wan.
pictures. Oh yeah, dude. Obi-Wan has been really fun. So
Yeah, it has.
I've loved it. Dude. I kind of been just doing nothing other than like work and stuff, and it's been a
Nice.
really, really busy week for just catching up on some stuff. But dude, have you been watching? I haven't really asked you, but have you not watched Miss Marvel?
I have.
You
I
have?
watched the first 2 episodes. I didn't watch the third episode. I think that
Okay.
dropped today as well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Hello there, Alex. I see your posts.
Oh,
Thank you for joining us.
He said the thing. He's in that. I don't think he even
Said it.
watched Obi-Wan.
He said it. He said the thing.
He doesn't even like He doesn't even like Star Wars, dude.
It's fine. He's our friend. He can be here.
He can be our friend sometimes, but
yeah.
Yeah, dude. So Miss Marvel has been just kind of like a big surprise for me.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been really good. The third episode I really liked a lot. I kind of was worried that they would get too wrapped up in certain aspects of the show, but no, they've done what they have done the first 2 episodes well. And that's like focus on like a lot of the family dynamic and aspects, and all the individual characters kind of get their moments. I really love. I think the dad is like one of the best parts. Honestly, he's so good. And then that her mom is kind of like knows what's kind of going on, but she's not really doesn't really know completely. She knows something is going on with her, but she doesn't.
I haven't seen the third episode. I've seen the first 2, and it's fun. It's like a coming of age story, and it's a fun watch. It's not like, I wouldn't say like one of the best Marvel things out there, but it's fun. Like it's a fun watch.
Dude, I think it's one of their better shows. I think it's like pulling up there next to WandaVision, just because it's done such a good job, and I feel every time I watch it, I'm like happy that I'm watching it.
I think that might be a little, I wouldn't say a hot take, maybe like a warm take, like a lukewarm take.
It's a really, I think overall it's just really well done. So it kind of has maintained focus where some of the other Marvel shows have kind of lost it, unfortunately. But I've really enjoyed it. If you guys haven't checked it out, y'all need to watch Miss Marvel. It's fun. It's a fantastic watch.
It's very family friendly. And it's very much a coming of age story. So if you like that, then you'll like this one. And I think the actress does a good job. And I forget her name in the show, but it seems like it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, dude. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely should. Anyways, buddy, what do you have on our list for us today?
There's this little show that's coming to Amazon. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Powers. So I don't know if just a small out of nowhere show that Amazon's like, hey, we'll throw some money at it. Just kidding. For those of you
we get
it.
That
was sarcasm. Anyways,
I think people know that.
Yeah, I think they released like a little like a minute and a half video showing the orcs, and they look so good. Like the prosthetics team and the makeup team did a great job with.
They definitely
with those
caught
orcs.
like that, Lord of the Rings era plus like kind of just made it kind of its own thing. It looks like they're wearing like bone armor or something, and
so
it just
this is like
fantastic.
kind of before Sauron kind of joined all the orcs together and kind of actually made the like the orc that you see in the Lord of the Rings movies. Like this is like what, like 1,000 years before that. I think that's what it said.
Is it
The
I thought it was like
second age. I think.
yeah. Yeah, it's like is it
Um,
1,000 years before that? I don't know. You're the Lord of the
yeah,
Rings expert. Why are
it's
you asking me?
it's the second age. So
Oh.
I don't know in years how long
Where's
that
Sarah?
is.
She should be here
She should
telling
be
us
here.
and
I don't
schooling
know.
us on this
For
because
real, she wasn't able to make it today. I know she's been busy. I think she's in San Antonio. Shout out to Sarah.
yeah,
So,
you need to
anyways,
get on just to talk about all
Lord of the
this
Rings.
fantastic Lord of the Rings stuff that's happening.
um,
Uh,
but yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, it does look like. I mean, we all know that this is like the most expensive TV show ever, but the more you look at like the stills that they shared on Hollywood Reporter, and then you look
Mhm.
at this, it's like, yeah, you can definitely tell that Amazon's just pumping money into this. I mean, every episode was, it was like $1 million every episode, something like that, or close to $1 million, or more than a
Dude,
million
it's like
dollars.
way more. I think it's like
Yeah,
100 million per or 50 to
100
100
million.
million. I don't know.
It was like something insane, and hey, I mean, if yeah, if the clues that we're getting from this episode, from this little trailer, mini trailer, and just how good the orcs look, then yeah, I can just imagine how everything else looks. It's like, wow, I can't wait.
I,
It's coming out. Is it this year that comes out, or is it
it comes
next
out the
year?
end of this year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, and
it's
it's like
in September.
$465 million for this season. And I think it's like 10 episodes if it's
Yeah.
anything like any of the other series like The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10 episodes. So which I finally saw the first episode of The Boys yesterday because I didn't have enough time to watch the episode 7 of Stranger Things. So we decided to just watch episode 1 of The Boys. And dude, like right off the bat, it's like, what is happening?
I need to get back. I need to get back on the boys train. I haven't watched season 2, so
There's
but
some not safe for work stuff on the chat, but we don't have a moderator or anything, so keep saying whatever you want.
yeah.
Yep, the gang's all here.
The
Let's
gang's
go.
all here. The band's all here.
And what were we talking about? Was it Lord of the Rings?
The
yeah,
Boys.
it's expensive.
Yeah,
Oh
expensive.
yeah, but
okay. Well, I guess talking about expensive and talking about money making, Top Gun. How about that? 900 million worldwide. Pretty cool, right?
dude, that's honestly that's insane. Like I watched this movie once. And I want to go watch it again, but there's just so many other movies out, which is just makes it even crazier that this has made so much money. Did you get to watch it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh my
I haven't seen Miles Teller with his slow-mo dancing and everybody going goo goo gaga for Miles Teller.
Mm-hmm.
Miles, that's his name, right? Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, yeah.
Yeah, Miles Teller. Yeah. I still have to see. I've seen that shot, but like just that shot. I haven't seen like the entire movie because that's all over social media. So
yeah, that's all you wanted to see. So
that's all I wanted to see. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So it's like, why am I going to movies? They show me what I wanted. Miles Teller shirtless, right? That's exactly. You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
That's dude. You need to watch it first off in the biggest screen you can, Dolby, because the sound is just fantastic. The sound design alone is just beautiful. But yeah, the fact that this came out and still making so much money with a movie like Jurassic World, which it's not the greatest Jurassic Park movie out there. It's really not, but the franchise alone should be able to make more than like Top Gun. But this thing it's inching closer and closer to $1 billion. It could probably do it. Like it doesn't have to, but man, if this gets there, it's a huge deal now. It's Tom Cruise's highest grossing movie.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think that Tom Cruise hasn't had a movie that's grossed this much. Like out of all the movies that he's made, because they're all really popular, all the Mission Impossible movies. Dude. And I know the chat's going wild right now. So,
all right, so we have a couple. So My Adam's apple should have its own podcast. Thanks, thanks, Overload. Do you also see that Alonzo loves turtles, or he likes turtles
Yeah.
a little bit? Okay, so we could probably make this happen. You want to see Ace in a Spider-Man outfit with no pants?
Well,
So I mean, hey, if you guys get us, what are we at? Like, if we can get to like
a thousand
honestly
subscribers.
1,000. I was gonna say let's just get to
No.
100
For me to have
for you to get
for me to get into a Spider-Man outfit with no pants, we have to at least get to 1,000 subscribers,
a
and then
thousand.
I'll do it.
Hey,
Pinky promise.
gaming overload. Let's get it. Let's get it done. That's your challenge now. We can get to 1,000 subscribers, and you'll see Ace in a Spider-Man suit
Mhm.
and no pants,
No pants.
just the suit. I hope you're wearing like underwear or something. Um, I'll wear my tights. I'll wear my suit. I don't care. I don't even have to get.
Well, your suit is actually pretty cool. So, I mean,
Yeah, I need to make it. I'm not gonna take my shirt off. Give me to 50 subs at least, and I'll get that. Oh god. Anyways, let's keep going from here. I can't get too distracted.
yeah. So,
Yeah, Tom Cruise and Top Gun. What is this, like 34 years in the
Yeah.
making sequel, or 34 years later, and we get, it's making money. If you guys gotten a chance to go see it, Ace, you need to go watch it. I'm telling
I
you,
do need
like
to go watch it. I
Dolby
haven't seen it
IMAX at least. Like go watch this film. And yeah, you'll see why people keep coming back, and it just shows you how important word of mouth still is. Because if people are still coming to watch this movie after so long, and I mean, it's been like what, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
But if it's making so much money right now, I think it outdid it's close to outdoing Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if a movie finally like dethrones like the MCU? Like, well,
And then
there's been movies that make more,
the
but
MCU is gonna be like, yeah, we need our own Miles Teller slow-mo
ah,
shot.
man, I'm sure you could find it in IMAX somewhere, or 4DX at least, if you have like a Cinemark.
I do have a Cinemark here. That's the one I go to.
Lightyear was good though, if you haven't seen that. It was fantastic. I know you said you wanted to talk a little bit about it, but
I haven't seen it.
What are you doing?
I wasn't here this past weekend when it opened.
They have theaters in Vermont.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna go to the theater in Vermont. It's not what you go to Vermont for.
Dude, yeah. So I mean, Lightyear was cool. It was really fun. For me, I think it's one of my favorite Pixar movies. At least I know a lot of people say not like top tier, but
that's another
very, very
lukewarm take instead of a hot take.
I mean, it's one of my favorite Pixar movies. I enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoy like the sci-fi aspect of it, and it hit you with like a pretty with an emotional like punch like pretty early on in the show. But yeah, if you guys haven't gotten a chance to actually watch Top Gun, just kind of let us know down there in the comments. Anyways, kind of speaking about getting Marvel dethroned. No, not really. That's a worst segue.
That's a horrible segue.
That's not even a segue, man.
That is not a segue.
Actually, I don't even know what was next. What was next?
We're talking about MCU's Phase 5 announcement that Kevin Feige might do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. The phases are kind of like weird right now because
it
Phase 4. I feel like Phase 1 ended with like Avengers. Phase 2, then he ejected. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Alonzo, yeah. You don't read that. Don't read that. It happened in Top Gun. I know, Alonzo. So anyways, Phase 1 kind of ended with Avengers. Phase 2 with this is why we need to maybe we shouldn't do live. Well, thanks for being on the chat. Phase 2 ended with Age of Ultron, and Phase 3, of course, with with Endgame. So Phase 4 has kind of just been like all the Disney series, a couple of movies like Shang-Chi, which I still think is the best Phase 4 movie so far. Even though No Way Home is like right there. I still think as far as like a singular story,
Hmm.
Shang-Chi is the better story. It was told better. Um, but anyway, oh yeah, are you gonna go watch the re-release Spider-Man when that
I'm
comes out?
thinking about it because it's like what do they call it? It's like
The more fun
the
stuff
more fun
version.
stuff. Yeah.
I see feet hanging behind you, Ace. Is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go watch that when it comes out
Hmm.
probably. Um, so yeah, it's cool that Kevin Feige is showing like, hey, we're gonna get they're nearing the end of this phase, which I feels like kind of like more of a Sean the sheep and not
Shaun the sheep.
yeah, I need to get like a pet sheep now and call him Sean.
Sean.
Sean Sheep.
Sean the sheep.
Sean Sheep. Dude, I'm gonna do that. All right,
Uh,
Travis. We only need to get to 35 subs for that. All right,
mm.
let's do it.
And then Leo
um,
will buy a sheep.
I'll buy a little sheep. It won't even be that little, but I have to teach him
Mm.
like martial arts, so that's
Ah,
gonna take some time.
a
Uh,
martial art sheep.
yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we know that they're planting the seeds for what's next in Marvel because how are they
Hmm.
going to move on past like Thanos and the Infinity War? It's not, of course, there's bigger things, but how are they really kind of going to build to that? Um, and we've kind of seen like kind of sprinkles around like what's going on with the 10 rings.
Hmm.
We know the Eternals were on Earth, and if you watched Ms. Marvel, like what's going on with her bangle, like what is that? So
Hmm.
it's really cool about like multiverses, cross-dimensional stuff. So a lot of the theories which has been going on since Endgame, or since the end of all that, is that they're going to lean kind of towards like Secret Wars, which would be amazing because they can kind of like pick and choose like different characters
Hmm.
from across universes. So they can go, if they wanted to, they could bring back Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. They could bring Chris Evans back as Johnny Storm, which he said he would love to do again, but I don't know if that's just him being
Flame
him or if
on.
that's something going on.
Mm.
But they could do that
It could.
because it's very possible.
Yeah, it'd be
And
kind of
yeah,
weird though, wouldn't it?
it
Like
would be
just
very weird,
like
but it would be
seeing him for like
hilarious.
10 years, 10 plus years as Captain America, and then like
And then he's back as Johnny
suddenly he's
Storm, and
dying.
people are
Yeah,
just like,
it's like
"What
it's
is
like wait,
going
you
on?"
kind of look like the other guy that we know, but he's Captain
Uh,
America and he's dead.
yeah, they could definitely do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really cool knowing that there is a plan. I mean, obviously, he said they plan like 5-10 years in advance.
Yeah,
Which
I think
really
after the what's it called, that like showcase or that thing that they do with like all the with the movie industry,
CinemaCon.
yeah, CinemaCon. Kevin Feige, he was like, yeah, like after the Marvel showcase, he was like, nah, we're gonna go to this like ranch or something and plan like the next 10 years of Marvel, and I'm like, well, nice. and
Yeah, that
and
must
I, I
imagine how
I
fun that
I
would be
remember
though.
I remember you saying like that must be like, of course, lots of hard work, but also like really fun. Like
Mhm.
like it's like the best of both worlds when it comes to like work life or work fun, I guess, because it is work, hard work, because you have to keep studios happy and investors happy and also fans happy and everything, but hard work and but I like you said, I think it's like really 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 fun to be
You need
there.
to post Alonzo's chat. If that's what he wants. That's what he wants. That's what we're gonna give him. Come on, Kevin Feige. What are you, a coward?
There
Just
you go.
give it to us, man. She was not right for that movie, but I
Mm.
understand. So, um,
So
oh,
I guess staying on the staying on the Marvel train.
on a
Sorry
little Marvel
for
tangent.
all
Yeah.
those audio listeners. If you just hear us just like kind of randomly laughing, is because we're reading the comments
Just go to the YouTube.
and we're like live reacting to the comments because some of them are funny. So yeah, so for all those audio listeners out there, sorry about that.
There will be a link to the YouTube video
Yeah, they would.
on
Um,
the page like that.
yeah. So talking
Um,
about Marvel, we have kind of a, who was it? Polygon kind of did a thing on Kraven the Hunter and how he's a anti-hero and Spider-Man's number one rival. So we do have reports that there is a Kraven the Hunter Sony movie coming up. Um,
Yeah, and it was from
and Aaron Taylor Johnson is gonna be the actor, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna be Craven, and
Mhm.
it's been a thing for like I think almost 3 years. Honestly, it's been a while since we've known that he was gonna be Craven.
Mhm.
It feels like that long, honestly. Um, but yeah, he was doing the like kind of the press tour for Bullet Train, which
Mhm.
looks freaking crazy. And
Yeah.
oh man, I'm gonna watch that like day one probably. Um, and where he kind of revealed that Craven um, is kind of what people are kind of I wouldn't say like upset about, but just kind of very confused is that Craven the Hunter is an animal lover. And what does he mean by this? Or are they completely rewriting him? Is he saying things that aren't, is he just saying things to say them? Like, no one ever really does that. But what do you think this means? And what do you
I
know about
don't.
Craven?
I know nothing about Craven the Hunter. Like I know absolutely zero. So I haven't done my own like research if you will, like looking at different comics or just having like a little YouTube video about him. I should do that before this movie comes out, which is January 13th, 2023. So that's when it's scheduled to do
Already?
it.
Damn, that seems
That's when
soon.
it's yeah. So in a
I,
couple months, honestly. So at the
did
beginning of
they
next year, we'll
did they
we'll
wrap
get him.
filming yet?
I don't know.
Because it would.
So I don't know. I don't know anything about Craven the Hunter. So I'm excited for this movie because I think like it's cool when you kind of go see at least for me, like I don't know much about him, so having his story told like to me with like kind of literally fresh eyes. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be there's those gatekeepers out there who's like, no, that's not Craven the Hunter. Uh,
I mean, all you really
so.
have to know about Craven and how he kind of got involved with Spider-Man is
Mhm.
that he's already conquered all the animals that he could hunt,
Mhm.
and now he's looking for a challenge. He thinks if he can capture Spider-Man or kill Spider-Man, he will be the greatest hunter.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's just kind of how that goes. And there's this, that that could be a very, very, very long conversation. Um, but yeah, I mean that's essentially it, and that's why it's just kind of odd that he would say that he is an animal lover. It's interesting to me because I feel like they're trying to make all of these anti-heroes uh, very likable
Mhm.
or like relatable. With Venom it made sense because he can be a straight up villain, but he's a lot of times teams up. They team up a lot of times,
Mhm.
so they're more of an anti-hero type of thing. But with Craven, that's kind of leaning a little bit more towards this dude is a straight up villain. Um, like even with Morbius, which I haven't seen yet, and I don't know if I'm ever going to watch it.
Mhm. You mean
but
you mean you mean it's Morbin time?
yes, I can't wait for the sequel. But dude, I still think it's funny that Jared Leto actually like had the video. Will it be more of a Disney movie or a Sony movie from the Zoe? It's
Mm.
going to be a Sony movie. It's not
Sony
going to be
movie.
it's not an MCU movie. So it's from Sony. So they made, of course, Venom, which I liked both of the movies. The first one more, and the second one didn't watch Morbius, but man, I really
They
hope
made Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, which was great.
they did. Yeah, but I mean, completely different teams behind that, really.
Yeah, I mean it's still Sony, but it's like their animation team.
Yeah.
But
So they have made some of the best Spider-Man movies, including like Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that original Spider-Man. Um, but it just I really hope that they're making these movies because they have some sort of idea, as
mhm.
opposed to just making them because they think they're just going to print out money.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see. I guess in January, whenever this comes out, like what this could be potentially.
it's scheduled for January 13th, 2023.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
early next year. I don't know if I don't know if that is going to be pushed. You know, a lot of these movies dates are being pushed, so
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see if it stays that there
Mhm.
on that date. I guess jumping over
Another. Yeah,
to the Warner Brothers. Ezra Miller hasn't been on a very good role as of late. Uh,
that's what I was missing. I think we're going to talk about that next when I lost my spot.
no.
So
Um,
yeah,
so according to reports, following all the issues, this is according to Yahoo. According to reports, following all the issues surrounding Ezra Miller, Warner Bros. Pictures will no longer cast the star as Barry Allen, which is the Flash, in the DC extended universe. So Yahoo says that the reports go on to highlight how the star's recent erratic behavior has been disastrous for the studio, and has it been so? Because man, what was it like? He got annoyed that people were at a karaoke bar singing
that's
karaoke,
one of the things that happened. I mean, the most
and
recent
then
one was the thing with that young girl
yeah.
that he's known since she was 12, I
Hmm.
guess. And now I don't know if she's quite 18 yet or anything, but still, he's people are saying that she's been groomed by him and kind of like essentially brainwashed, but they kind of like gone ran off at this point together, which
Hmm.
is kind of scary for, I mean, for her parents especially.
Hmm.
But I'm not really going to like talk too much about that stuff. It's just that at some point, why didn't WB, why didn't Warner Brothers like do something, have some sort of consequences for this guy? Because he's been causing issues for them for years.
Hmm.
So,
Didn't he
you
try
know,
like did he like try like to rewrite the script for Flash or something like that, or he rewrote
yeah,
it?
he tried to rewrite it, and I feel like they did it just to kind of shut him up, and then they wasted all that time. He
Hmm.
rewrote it, and they were like, "Nope, this is garbage. We're gonna hire somebody else to write it
Hmm.
now." So, I don't know what they saw in this guy. I mean, he's a great actor. I don't think he's fantastic enough to just stand behind him at every step of the way when he does ridiculous stuff as he has been doing for the last couple of years. But at some point, why didn't they just step in and do something, get them some help,
Yeah, I don't
because
know.
obviously they need it.
Hmm.
um could you imagine what would happen if something were to happen to that like young girl?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't even want to
who's
speculate on
who's
that,
on that?
but yeah.
Who, I
So
mean, who's that on?
I would think, well, that's on Ezra Miller. If anything happens to the
Oh, of
girl,
course, but
that's on Ezra. But I mean, I would think that the studio has some. I won't say, I
I
wouldn't
mean, it's not their
say like a
responsibility.
lot of responsibility, but yeah, they should have. The studio should have cut ties with them a long time ago.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, that's the thing. And now they have this $200 million movie in the Flash with Michael Keaton back as Batman, and three Flashes, or at least three Flashes that we know of. So it's not like they can just replace Ezra with somebody else in that
mhm.
movie, or like deep fake or something.
Yeah,
But
I think what they might do, I think what they might do is they might just release the movie as is with Ezra on there, but then if it is
that's
gonna
it.
be, if it is gonna be like those like a three Flash thing, then just release that movie with Ezra, and then from then on, one of those two Flashes is gonna be like the
Well,
main Flash from.
as far as we've seen in the trailers, the other two Flashes are him in the
Oh,
trailers and in the, yeah. So as far as we know, like that's what is in there.
yeah, so then maybe they're like, screw it, we're just gonna release the movie as is, with Ezra Miller as the Flash, and then from there on just cut ties with him, and
That's still like really
um
yeah. I guess if
just
they say
just
that
start getting a new Flash, because yeah, I mean, at this point, when is this movie supposed to come out?
it was
June
supposed to come
23rd,
out.
2023 is
Mhm.
what Yahoo reports. So they have about a
They have a
year.
year.
They have a
They
year
are they just
to.
gonna hope that nothing happens between now and then people are just like, oh, look, a Flash
Can
movie, and then
you?
they go
But
watch it.
if you had to reshoot or do deep fakes or whatever, can you do that in a
Yes,
year
but
though?
I mean, it can be done, but it would be
But you
extremely
but you
expensive,
would
and
have to
it's not
cast
like
a brand new Flash.
yeah.
And I don't know if, I mean, maybe the studio has been working secretly behind the scenes at casting new Flashes, and they might
If
have
they
one.
were, that would have been out a long time ago. Someone would have
Yeah,
caught a whiff of that like a while ago, and we
yeah.
would know. Because they can't keep stuff like that a secret for too long.
Hmm.
Um, but it's just kind of ridiculous because at this point, like they realized, at first they had the issue with like Johnny Depp, and that's changed since then. So it's not like that where they had shot like a few days with Johnny Depp, and then they were like, well, we're gonna cut ties with you because of these issues, and we don't want to be associated with that. They were
Hmm.
quick to do that, but with the video evidence of like Ezra like choking someone to the ground, and then now all of this stuff, um, yeah, it's been done. The movie's in the can. Um, I think they had a somewhat of a vision of what they wanted their DC movies to kind of go and become, and he was probably a big part of that. And so they were just kind of hoping for the best, hoping people would forget and kind of like sweep it under the rug. But that didn't quite happen.
Not happening.
No. So
So yeah, let us know what you think in those comments down below. All this news about Ezra Miller and
sorry, it gets me kind of like rattled
the
up.
Warner Bros. Cutting ties with him. Finally, I think it's kind of
Finally, yeah.
a little late, but
Mm,
hey, better late
mm,
than never, I
it's
guess.
a little too late there.
But anyways, going back to a little bit more lighthearted
This
news.
is a little bit more lighthearted. Yeah.
um, so if you, I want to say if you enjoyed the Aladdin live action and the director who was behind that, then you who enjoyed that might be excited to know that the same director who is directing
Mhm.
a live action Hercules film. So that's all we know. I think that's Guy Ritchie is the director who's attached to this project, and as of now, we don't have anything else like who Hercules might be, or any other actors or actresses for that matter. But if you were to cast the Hercules, who would you cast?
I honestly, I had not even thought about that at
Mm,
all.
The Rock. Yeah,
Um,
cast him with everything.
no, no, it can't. Not the Rock. No, he is Black Adam, and that's all. That's all he gets to be. He's already superhuman enough. He doesn't have to be a god.
Right.
Um, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really think about that at all, to be
Mhm.
honest. But all I see all I think of when I see this is Guy Ritchie directed Aladdin, and I thought that was probably one of the best live action adaptations of a Disney animation. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what he does with this. I liked Hercules a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'd rewatch that. I'd rewatch like Toy Story, of course, Lion King, and why am I skipping? Oh, why am I forgetting? Oh, Tarzan. I'd watch that a lot too.
Tarzan's good.
Phil Collins did not have to go that hard, but he did it for us.
Bro, that movie soundtrack is top tier movie soundtrack.
Dude. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see. I'm guessing they're gonna kind of do it similar way to Aladdin.
Mhm.
And there's kind of like talks going around that this was probably done because Guy Ritchie was also uh, supposedly working on Aladdin too,
Mhm.
but due to recent you know slap your mama events
Mhm.
recently,
Mhm.
that Aladdin 2 might take a while for it to actually come out. So
Mhm.
yeah, so this is probably being done by him because they're not going to do that. They can go back to it eventually when the time comes. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the Aladdin movie?
I did. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked all the performances. Um,
Dude, I
yeah,
like that a lot more than I expected to, honestly.
yeah. It was one of their better ones. I think for like the live action stuff, I like the Jungle Book a lot. The live action adaptation, I liked it a lot. I mean, I like the Lion King because the Lion King is my favorite Disney movie of all time. So, sue me. So I
Let me
liked
see it.
that. but maybe that's just the nostalgia talking. And yeah, but the Aladdin live action movie was, I think, one of their better ones that they've done.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed all of them.
It felt similar enough to
Yeah,
the animation, but
but
very
different.
much its own thing.
Yeah.
So, unlike the Lion King movie, which had like one or two different things.
Yeah, it was pretty much a
But,
shot for shot recreation, just live action.
yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm fine with that because it was like I was like a kid again at the movie theater watching it. So it was fun for me.
Yeah. So let us know if you guys are excited about Hercules, and what do y'all think? Is this gonna be a musical? Of course, I feel like it has to.
Of course, yeah.
They got to get the
Well,
music right.
Well, Hercules is a musical, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they for sure have to get the music right because
They definitely do.
Yeah, that's like that. I think that made the movie. Honestly,
man, we kind of talked a little bit more than I expected about Ezra. Sorry about that, my guy. But anyway, just kind of finish stuff up before we actually finally get to talk about Obi-Wan. Is we know that Game of Thrones, it's happened about a week ago that there is a Jon Snow sequel series in development at HBO. What do you think about this, Ace? Do you care?
Okay, this one I might care. It just depends what they're doing. Like the last time that we saw Jon Snow, he was heading north of the Wall with the White Walkers. So
I've never seen it, so I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the show has to do something there. I don't know how far away from the events of the last episode of the last season, and then this new project, like what that time span is, or if it's going to be like right after, a couple months after, a couple years after, and then what they actually do, because I don't like who's going to be the main villain, if there's going to be a villain, like or is it just going to be like, oh, we're building a society with the not the White Walkers, the White Walkers were the
You're saying all these words, and I'm just thinking like, I don't know.
It was
the White Walkers are those the ice people?
Yeah, ice people. So it wasn't them. It was the.
I mean, that makes sense.
The what are they called? The wildlings or wild?
Is that why he's Jon Snow?
Yeah. No, his last name is Snow because he's a bastard child. So
man, he could have been
because he's a bastard child, he takes the last name of Snow because he wasn't a Stark. Well, at least when we first meet him, he wasn't.
They could have done what they did with Loki and found out, oh, he's actually a White Walker. He's just disguised as a human. Or
yeah, I mean, I honestly, I would have been more excited. I would have been more excited to see a show of what happens to Arya Stark, like because she's going west. I believe she's sailing west. I think that's what in the last episode she said. So she was sailing west. So that I would be more interested in that just because she's my favorite character in the entire series. But no, I'm intrigued by this. So we'll see.
Yeah. So. Well, I never watched Game of Thrones and I wanted to, but for reasons I never watched it. And by the time I wanted to, everyone was crying about the season. Was it season 8?
Season 8.
Is there that many seasons? God.
Honestly, like the first couple, season 1 through 7 are really, really good. The storytelling is great. And then season 8 would have been so good. The storytelling was there from the beginning, but it just like the last like 3 or 4 episodes just kind of fell off. Like it just the ending was not like, I don't know. It was
the ordeal was something about
not great.
The directors wanting to rush it and go do a Star War.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I might have been a big dream of theirs, but I haven't heard about any of their projects since like the end of that series.
I don't know.
So I have no idea. And that was a few years ago too.
Yeah.
So who knows? All I remember was that big old controversy about the Starbucks cup and the really poorly lit episode.
Yeah.
The battle or whatever. And they were like, no, you have to do your settings right on your TV. And it's like, shut up. That wasn't right. But yeah, just let us know what y'all think about Jon Snow's spin-off series. Is it going to be? Does he have like a buddy? Could it be like our buddy cop
He
series?
does. He does have a buddy in
Yes.
the crew.
What's his name? What's his name?
I
Or
don't
their name?
remember. I don't
You don't
remember.
remember?
I
Damn
don't
it! I
remember.
was trying to
I don't
think of like
remember.
a buddy cop show title that can
I
be.
don't remember what the name was.
Mm, you messed up, Ace.
I did.
I'm gonna have to
Sorry.
look it up now eventually.
Sorry.
Well, let us know down in the comments. Uh, anyways, finally, time has come. Go talk about some Obi-Wan. All right, first off,
Again, for those of you who have not seen Obi-Wan episode 6, this is the time to sign off. Thank you for watching. And come back after the episode so you can watch the VOD and listen to what we say. And yeah, so
oh yeah, we just went from 3 watchers to 0.
right. No.
Or 3 viewers. Yeah, okay, real quick. Overall thoughts of the series.
Overall thoughts of the series is that my overall thought of the series is that I like the pacing overall. I think every episode added to the story, added to the final payoff that we got in episode 6. And I thought the overall journey for me was fun and entertaining, and it showed me like a new side of Obi-Wan that I haven't seen. Like this older, first of all, beat up Obi-Wan who doesn't know who he is. Like he purposely doesn't want to remember who he was. And then now we see at the end this like the Obi-Wan that we all know and love from the animated series and the prequels. So it's I think overall for me the series overall was really well done.
Yeah,
that's my overall thoughts.
Yeah. All right. I agree with a lot of that. I really thought that we were going to see more of a character study for Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, dealing with like his PTSD and his final like acceptance of we have been defeated. And we've kind of got a version of that. We got a little bit of all that. He did at the end, we'll just get right to it. But like in the end, he did kind of accept like I can't like destroy him, even though it seems like he had a chance to do it right then. But he was also like, I can't kill my apprentice, like it was because he showed mercy to him, and he was maybe hoping that if he couldn't change him, maybe he has the hope that his daughter or his son will. Which to me, the other weird thing is the fact that he knows Leia. He sees who she can become, but in A New Hope, she's like, the boy is our only hope. Like, what? And I guess you could kind of make the argument that Leia is more of a politician and a leader there, whereas Luke is a fighter. But it was just kind of very interesting there. What did you think about the fight? What did you feel about?
I thought it was
promised us to be extremely huge. The rematch of the century, Ace.
No, I thought it was very well choreographed. I thought it was. I honestly liked it because I liked how. So in that fight, it cuts back and forth between the fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and then Owen and his wife and the
Baru. She has a name, Ace.
What's her name?
Baru.
So Owen, Baru, and the Inquisitor sister, third sister. What was her name again?
Is it Reva?
Reva, thank you. So I liked how those two fights, like in the Anakin or the Darth Vader Obi-Wan fight, it was a fight of like, we're just going, like, I need to destroy this person. So it was not a fight to protect, it was a fight to take life. And in the other one, it was a fight to protect. And I liked that contrast that they did between them. And but in the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight, I liked how they showed the power of of Darth Vader at the beginning, and they showed the resistance that Obi-Wan had still to the Force, because he wasn't opening himself up to the Force just yet in that
Yeah.
first, I guess, like in the first state, in the first
Obi-Wan was a literal god at that point,
yeah,
dude.
and at the, I guess at the first act, if you will, like right before, like before he comes out of the hole. So like that first act, I'd say that um Obi-Wan was still not fully invested, not fully committed to the Force, and not
Mhm.
fully, like you said, I guess kind of that like pressure, that thing, like that thing, like carrying that weight on his back of like, I did this to my apprentice. And then after, I guess in act 2 of the fight, after he kind of accepts his role, and then he lets the Force in, like you see how like just instantly how
Yeah.
he just becomes who we've all known, and how
I
powerful he really
I'd
is.
argue that's probably Obi-Wan at his strongest too.
Yeah.
Because he does feel like these kids are the future, like they're the key to like bringing him down and bringing down the Empire,
Mhm.
and that was his conviction until until we saw him in A New Hope, uh, and it was just done beautifully. I feel like it was not as extremely short. I think it was a really well paced, duel,
Yeah.
and I did find it kind of weird that Reva went to go find Luke. But like, why? I mean, I've seen online that people were saying that how did she know that it was Darth Vader's son? Like, did she know that? Did she kind of like assume that,
Assumed, I
or
guess. I mean,
so
I mean
I didn't
that
really see it
that you know
there.
that
I thought
yeah.
kind of weird that she's like, I'm gonna go kill this kid. Like, obviously he's important to them. Like, how
Mhm.
who? Like at this point, that was kind of like my one nitpick with it.
Yeah.
I
Same.
did. With that being said, I did like um this is probably not unpopular opinion, but I did like that she decided like I can't do this. I'm not going to kill this
Yeah.
kid because I've seen like two well I've seen an argument against it, which is really kind of dumb to me, but they're saying that she saw herself in this kid and she didn't want to kill him because it's like her. Like that
No.
wasn't what I got from it at all.
No. Me
I
neither.
got that she did not want to become like Vader. She didn't want to become this like monster who she wanted to destroy, that she wanted to bring an end to, and
It's
that's
like
what she would become
it's
if she
that
killed this kid.
yeah, it's that saying of like, you live long enough to become the enemy,
Yeah.
or what's it called? Like, you either die a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah. And
So
that's exactly how I saw it. And I thought that
mhm.
was done really well.
Same.
Again, the reason why she was there chasing Luke, I just maybe have to rewatch it, but it just seemed very
Yeah, I
weird to
think
me.
Organa, Senator Organa, he, I forget his first name. Um,
Because
he did say like the children or the boy or something like, I think he mentioned them, but he didn't mention, like, he didn't say like Luke.
like the fatherhood or
like
the lineage
like
or anything. He
he,
just
he didn't say Luke, who lives in Tatooine and
well, he did
has
say
Uncle Owen, you know.
yeah.
So he didn't say all that, but I maybe she might have just deduced, or
Well,
maybe, or
she already knew from the beginning that Owen was protecting something,
yeah,
and she knew, like she could tell,
yeah.
but she probably got that from there. But as far as to why she decided to go after him at that point, which is kind of weird. Um, like what was she going to accomplish? But you know what? That was the one thing for me. Everything else I enjoyed.
Mhm.
Obi-Wan had his like Spider-Man moment. He's like, and then he like lifted all the
All the
rocks above
rocks.
him, and then
It's
he
like
got up and
it's
look at
Aang.
all these.
It's Avatar when he's like shooting all the rocks at him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with Patty on this one. She said on right here on our chats that she cried more than she thought she would in this last episode. And yeah, I mean, I definitely got the feels. Um, Finally, what do you think about that? Oh man, the way that they did his voice when he cut helmet off, which I've never gotten tired of, by the way.
Yeah,
Like they did it in Rebels where Ahsoka cut his mask and you could see half of his face. It was done so well
it was.
because you heard Hayden and James Earl Jones,
and
obviously,
then
but
and
it
then
was
it kind of like flipped back and forth between them. Which
yeah.
do you think when they were flipping back and forth, it was like, because there's always that thing of like Anakin is one person and Darth Vader is like a different person. So
I
it's
mean,
it's like it's like do you think like when they were flipping back and forth, like when it was Anakin's voice, when it was Christian Hayden's voice, and then what the Darth Vader's
James Earl Jones.
voice, James Earl Jones' voice. Do you think it was? I mean,
I didn't feel like it
I
was
might be
flipping
reading
at
it.
all. I
I
thought
might
it
be
was
reading it
kind of
in too
Nick.
much. Yeah.
I didn't
But
hear a
there
back and
was there
forth.
was like a couple. There was one or two scenes where it was like you could hear it was just Anakin, and then it was like that mixed gurgly stuff between them, and then it was just Darth Vader. So I mean, I might be reading too much into that, but dude, I no, I really liked that scene where he's like Darth Vader's like, you didn't kill Anakin, like I did,
Like I did. Yeah.
like, and then that's where that and then that the for me at least that's like, okay, yeah, so Anakin's one person and Darth Vader is like this other person who
Yeah.
takes over Anakin, like is the imbued, the embodiment of the dark side
I
is Darth Vader.
I wouldn't say that. It's not like a Green Goblin effect. Like he's
Well, yeah,
completely in control, but he that's a choice. That is
yeah,
his choice. Like
yeah.
he's giving himself to the dark side and he's completely like done with who he
Hmm.
was in his past self. He associates Anakin with the good in him. And he's like, there's nothing for me
Hmm.
now. So I'm just, I'm gonna go full Dark Vader. And
Hmm.
and you do get Obi-Wan saying like goodbye, Darth, because he does call him Darth in A New Hope
Hmm.
because they didn't really know at that point that Darth was going to be more of a what would you say, like I guess what would
Nickname
you say,
or
no, not it's not a nickname, but a dude, why did I completely skip the word, like it's the way they like
like how they refer to him.
yeah, why can't I think of the word? Anyways, there's all sorts of Darths, like Darth isn't his name, but
Oh,
in A
like
New
Darth
Hope,
Sidious and
yeah,
Darth, yeah. So it's like
it's
a surname, I guess.
I guess I
Or
was literally thinking of the word, but anyways, it's been a long day. I've been up since I watched this show at like 6:30 a.m. and it's 10:30 p.m. But
so not to cut you off, but right before they start fighting, how they like they reference the how like the last fight in the third prequel, where it's like like they had that back and forth talk, and it was like the same exact thing that Obi-Wan said to Anakin when they were fighting.
I'll do
It's
what
like
I
it's like
must,
I will do what I must,
and then he hit him
and
with
you
the
will, yeah. He was like,
the pose.
you will fail, or you will die, something like that.
Hmm.
um
Dude,
and
I definitely want to rewatch this and just kind of take it all. I want to rewatch the whole series. Just kind of see how I feel with everything. There's a couple episodes that I did rewatch, but overall, I wouldn't say I loved it. I just don't think this series was quite as good as something like The Mandalorian. I did think that it kind of maybe needed a little bit more room to breathe, and
mhm.
maybe it needed some more time. It
Yeah.
really did, but I did like what I got. Um, a title, yes, thank you, Patty. Darth is a title.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, thank you. Um, but what was I saying?
You liked something.
Oh
um
yeah, I do like the series.
oh, serious,
I
yes.
like what we got. I do, but again, if it had a little bit more room to breathe, it would have just been even better. Some of the episodes that weren't as great as some of the few. So I still think 1, 3, 1 and 6 were really good.
Hmm.
3 and 5 to me were amazing. Well, right below that, so it kind of flop.
Yeah.
And then I think the ones that kind of like the lowest for me are probably like 4
Two
and
and
2. 2 and
4 and
4.
2 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, it just
agree with
kind
you.
of progresses from that.
Mhm.
I didn't dislike them, but I just thought like, okay,
Yeah,
these are cool.
they
But
moved the plot along,
yeah.
and
But yeah, overall, I'm glad we got this. And you know, let's just I hope the
dude,
future is bright for
and
Star
then
Wars. Here.
finally, bro, finally, he sees Qui-Gon Jinn at the
Oh,
end.
I wish it would have been a little bit more. I wish you would have
Yeah,
talked to him a
same.
little bit more because it's
But
like, all right, here
but
I am. You weren't ready to see me, but now I'm here.
they do set up season 2 if they wanted to, with
Ah,
Qui-Gon. I mean, and it'll be just Obi-Wan
in a
centric.
cave.
Um,
Obi-Wan in a cave learning to talk to Qui-Gon.
who know? Hey, who knows? We might see Obi-Wan in the Ahsoka series for all we know. I mean, it's about the same time
I want you to think about what you just said.
in the Ahsoka series.
Yeah, think about what you just said.
Oh right, yeah, he's dead by that point. Or we might see a young Ahsoka. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways,
All right, I'm going home. That's, with that, I'm out. You know what? I'll give it to
right?
you. You're probably tired. All right,
Yeah,
I'll give that
I
to
am.
you.
I'm
My
it's good.
goodness.
But I mean, if they do a season 2, I mean, I mean I guess they left it enough open ended if they wanted to, but I don't. It would be yeah, pretty much Obi-Wan in the cave
Yeah.
and I
Like
don't know.
I don't think we would get Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader again.
No, we
So it just
wouldn't.
seems kind of like I would hate to not see Hayden back, but I think we could definitely see him back um, as Darth Vader with something else. Um, but you know, recently we got Taika Waititi talking about his Star Wars movies, about his Star Wars project, and he says that the universe needs to kind of expand and kind of move on from the characters that we know. And I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to see some more Darth Vader being a badass.
Bro, that scene is still awesome when he like stops the entire ship from going with just the
Yeah.
force and he brings it down.
And he wasn't even trying
stops
either.
it, he brings it down, and then he like yanks just the metal off with the
Yeah.
force. And I was like, that's insane.
Not even trying. And then Reva
Oh.
tries to kill him, and he's just like, I don't even have to mess with you.
He didn't even take out his lightsaber. He was just like using the force just to like play with her, literally. Just like, okay, go over there, go over there, go over there.
Like, get the stick.
Gets his lightsaber, stabs her with his own lightsaber.
I got your lightsabers.
Pretty much.
Oh god. Yeah.
And then like Alex alluded to a little while ago in the in the episode here, we got
Finally
the
got
infamous hello there from
met little Luke. That was cool.
Obi-Wan.
Because Owen's like, hey, you want to meet the kid? And then he gave him the ship. which
Hello
was
there.
New
I was
Hope.
like, oh.
And
I'm like, he said it. He said the thing. He said it.
and yeah, I kind of wish we would have gotten a little bit more like young Luke. But I'm also at the same time, I'm glad we didn't, because it seemed like the obvious thing to do, and they didn't go with the obvious thing, which I was, I'm happy with. But yeah, I mean, I think I just kind of want to sit on this series and kind of maybe reflect on it a little bit later after maybe rewatching it. But anyways, that's about all the time we have here tonight. Thanks for you guys for joining us, for tuning in. And if you're watching this in the future, just drop a comment. Let us know what the future's like. All right.
Yeah.
And until next time, I'm Leo.
I'm Mace.
Later.
See us.